Sorry, Six, your Broadway opening has been replaced by Coronavirus the Musical. The score is infectious. It's got international status. It's a cultural phenomenon in the worst way possible. Well, it turns out COVID-19 is affecting more than just Italy in a massive way. They've just announced the first presumptive case of the virus in my area of Atlantic Canada, and it seems that in North America we can no longer just disregard this wretched pandemic. If you haven't already heard, a decision has been made by the Broadway League to shut down all Broadway performances from now until the week of April 13th. The industry-wide shutdown comes alongside New York Governor Andrew Cuomo's ban of all public gatherings over 500 people. So that's every Broadway theater inclusive.
For sure.
Even a number of off-Broadway shows are following suit and taking precautions and closing for the time being. For a partial list of which off-Broadway shows are currently closed, check out the Broadway.com link in the description below. By the way, my name is Chris. Hi, hello. I'm Canadian, and I like all things performing arts. So if you like those things, why don't you hit that subscription button? And we can chat about Broadway and theater and les arts together as a collective, a communité, if you will. Sometimes I also post pop covers and performance footage of myself in musicals or performances I've been in, so make sure you subscribe. Now, back to Broadway. While I of course support the decision to temporarily shut down, given the rapid spread of this virus, it is super unfortunate for anyone who's made plans to travel to New York or who just lives in New York and has bought really expensive tickets to see a Broadway show. If you're one of those people, stay tuned to the end of the video for a message from BroadwayWorld.com with some advice on how to make sure you get refunded for your tickets, because that shit ain't cheap. That's a chunk of change you don't want to miss.
Get your money, get your refund.
To begin with, this sucks for all actors, stage managers, and other theater staff who rely on these shows as their livelihood. I mean, the uncertainty of income is never a settling thought for anyone, am I right? But a statement has been made by the Actors Equity Association on Twitter that is assuring all of its members they're doing everything they can to secure extended paid leave and unemployment insurance. So, good on you, Actors Equity. Beyond that, there are likely to be some other negative implications on the industry as a whole in the long term. The industry is estimated to lose up to or approximately $100 million. Holy! That's a huge loss for the theater and tourism industry, which could affect the longevity of some shows. Not to mention that Tony Award eligibility closes April 23rd. So for any new shows, that gives them a significantly tinier window to try and garner nominations. Sympathetic shout out to Six the Musical, which was supposed to open last night on Broadway. But I'm hoping that Tony officials were able to see some of the previews, because given the acclaim that the West End production has gotten, you know Six is going to clean up at some point. If not this year, probably next year. Or like on the streets. Fake Tony Awards. Let's make fake Tonys and mail them to the cast. But I also feel badly for the actors who are currently doing limited engagement runs, like Jordan Fisher, who signed a 16-week engagement in Dear Evan Hansen to play Evan Hansen, and he's only been in the show for 6 weeks so far. So by the time this blackout is supposed to finish, he'll only give him 5 more weeks to do the role. Also, Sabrina Carpenter just made her Broadway debut this week as Katie Heron in Mean Girls, and she's only doing the run until sometime in June. Now, obviously, for celebrity guest cast members, the paycheck is maybe less of a concern, but it just kind of sucks and puts a damper on the experience to have your run shortened. Maybe they'll extend them after this, but given their schedules as celebrities and working actors in film, it may not be possible. Plus, everyone who's purchased tickets to see these specific people at this specific time may lose their window of opportunity to see their favorites in these shows. Speaking of ticket purchases, a notice from BroadwayWorld.com is advising that anyone who's purchased Broadway tickets for the time between now and April 13th and haven't yet been contacted or refunded automatically should contact the outlet from which they purchased the tickets, not necessarily the theater that's hosting the show. So, yeah, unless that's the theater that unless that's the place that you bought the tickets from. Okay, you'll figure it out. Okay, well, that's my 2 cents on this unfortunate but definitely necessary Broadway shutdown. Now, before this happened, I was planning a video on a full company Mean Girls Celebrity Dreamcast. Now, I know that's highly unlikely, albeit probably impossible to ever happen on Broadway. That's what movie musicals are for, am I right? Russell Crowe nightmares. But anyway, given the fun and campy spirit of Mean Girls, I thought it would still be fun to dream about what a full celebrity cast would be like. So, since I've got your attention, why don't you give me some suggestions in the comments below on what celebrities you think could play each individual role in Mean Girls, because I'm still gonna make the video. We gonna be dreamers, okay? And if I choose one of your suggestions, maybe I'll even shout you out in the video. So, make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe so you can catch my future videos, and maybe check out some of my past ones. So in the meantime, stay safe, wash your hands, lema, and don't eat yellow snow, okay? It's not good for you. It's just not. I'll see you next time. Hopefully in a much healthier time in our lives.